All right, everybody, welcome back to the Delusional Fan with Geraghty and McCloud. Chris Geraghty, Ryan McCloud here for you. Remember, join us on Facebook, join us on Twitter, also subscribe to our YouTube page. The more subscriptions we get on there, the better we can get this out to you and everybody else. And also it'll notify anytime I upload something to the internet, so you can watch Ryan get as heated as he did for the last segment about college football players and college athletes alone. But
nice.
Segment number 2, our B segment
now
today.
You can freak out here.
You know what? I don't know how much I'm going to freak out because I don't know how much you disagree with me or not.
Right.
So, I'm an avid baseball fan. Love baseball, love the Cubs. I watch a lot of games, at least one game a day. And I hate, and I mean hate, Major League Baseball umpires. I hate them. I can't stand them. I think they're the worst in professional sports. I think they're the most inconsistent in professional sports.
You do think they differ. They are that much worse than any other.
And it's not close.
Okay.
And I also think they interject themselves into the game and onto television more than any other official.
They control the game, or they just get themselves. They make themselves a part of the game.
Yeah, they act like they are the top
Pump
dog
their chest
out there.
out.
Yeah,
right,
absolutely.
Right. I hear that.
So each crew, when the umpires are managing the game, there's a crew. There's a crew chief, and then there's the 4 other umps, and obviously they rotate on who's doing what for each game. And they usually work a series. Okay. One thing I can't stand about it, and this is one of the big things for me, is the strike zone. Okay, strike zone has been set. Major League Baseball has a strike zone set, and it's very similar to what it always used to be. Bottom of the lettering to the knee, and there's your strike zone, and then the plate, obviously, right?
Okay.
We have the technology now these days where you can, for every batter, you can put up a strike zone. Not only can you put up a strike zone, but with more than 99% accuracy, our computer can instantly call balls and strikes. You can see it on TV every time they do it. Yet, we still have Major League umpires that will call a ball and a strike differently in the first inning that they do in the second inning. If they're pissed off at a player because he was chirping at them a little bit, they might do a no call there. Mm-hmm. It's one of the most frustrating things. And I had another buddy of mine who was like, "Oh, you just say that because you watch Cubs games and you think the Cubs are getting screwed." It has nothing to do with Cubs. I see it on both sides.
It happens
and
every game.
Especially strikes and balls. You see the same pitch coming from a lefty that you do from a righty, at least where it ends up in the strike zone.
Right.
And when the lefty throws it, it's not a strike. But when the righty does, it's a strike. Mm-hmm. I don't understand that. And we have the technology now to get rid of the home plate umpire altogether for balls and strikes. Why don't we do it?
Well, one point, you're saying this certain looks, certain things that are said throughout the game can influence an umpire on this strike, that ball, this ball, right?
Absolutely. Because
right.
obviously, like you said, they're peacocking the whole time.
Right.
Anytime a player turns around and says, "Hey, that wasn't a strike," the umpire always says something back. Is there any other sport where they do that?
Come on, man. Every single sport.
Not where they say something combative back to him. In the NFL, it's more like a calm down or "Hey, we got this." In MLB, it's like don't argue my calls.
I'm sorry. You're saying the umpire actually comes back like with
always
something
chirps
threatening,
back. Always chirps back.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I actually, the one thing I do agree with you on is the fact that they are kind of like tough guys out there, and they incite fights and they instigate fights, and so. That's one thing, but the thing is, it happens in every single sport in terms of subjectivity and what they think is a foul, what they think is a ball, is a strike. My problem is this: I understand why people want to get the umpire out of baseball for balls and strikes. Well, really, for everything. If you're going to get rid of them for balls and strikes, you might as well just get rid of them for everything. But what I pulled up was they get it right about 86% of the time.
90.
That's, yeah. So
last year was 95%, I think.
What?
Last year was
really?
95%
No
of calls
shit.
on the base paths, things like that.
Dude, that's pretty accurate.
It's not accurate. Think about how many plays are called.
That's pretty
Think about
accurate.
how many of that extra 5% are wrong.
Dude, this is
That's
sports.
not accurate.
It's sports. There's a human being umpiring or roughing the game.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
That's it's
Get
human error.
No.
Dude, it's part of the game. Guess what? There's human error in the game too, and we accept that. It's not like Jay Cutler threw off his back foot and threw an interception. Let's get a robot back there to play quarterback. That's not how it works.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the fact that there's human error in football, there's human error in baseball, in basketball, in every single sport.
For the athletes
in the
playing,
sport.
yes, not for the umpires.
And there's human error for the people calling games.
And I don't think there's.
baseball's been around
if we
for
have the technology to get rid of human error, why
over
shouldn't
100.
we?
And look, that's why I'm actually contradictory, because I want to get it right all the time. But I think also that it works in your favor sometimes, and it makes it more exciting. And I think that when it doesn't work in your favor, that's when you want it out. I think when it works in your favor, you have no problem with it. Not you personally, everybody is okay with it. When they Seattle, and please do not say I'm being a baby. I'm using it as an example. When the refs got it wrong with the Fail Mary, Seattle fans were happy, Packer fans were not. Guess what? If there were a robot in there, it wouldn't have happened, right?
Right.
Okay.
Well, that was just in general. That was
but
just
that's just what happens.
bad
It's the
refereeing.
sport. Oh, okay, and what you're
and
referring
every
to is
Packer
bad
fan I know
umpiring.
bitches about that all the time.
But again, I'm not. You need to not take it as me bitching. It's a perfect example. They got it wrong.
right.
Do you want something else? I mean, is there another? Any play will work. I'm using it as an example. I'm not bitching about it. And that's actually for the Seattle
Listen,
fans.
before
I'm
we get
saying
into
they
other
got it.
sports, because again,
We
I'm not
didn't.
talking about the NFL.
I'm saying for
Let's
any
start with
sport.
just straight balls and strikes.
So if you want to talk just straight balls and strikes, that's actually the only. I mean,
There shouldn't be a gray area for balls and strikes, should there? It's either a ball
no, but
or
there
a strike.
shouldn't- right? But there shouldn't be something. There shouldn't be a different call for a completed catch, and it happens still because of human error.
Here's an example
That's all
from
I'm
years
saying.
ago. King Felix.
Yeah, and we have replay in football.
Here's an example where baseball evolved, but they haven't done enough. King Felix got a perfect game taken away from him by Jim Joyce. You remember that?
No.
So, Felix Hernandez was throwing a perfect game. Last out of the game, ground ball is hit, gets throw to first, clearly an out. One of the most veteran, well-respected umpires in the game, and this is voted by players, calls him safe. Clearly on replay, it wasn't even close.
Okay. I kind of do. Yeah, I kind of do remember this. This is only a
That's
couple
it.
years ago, right?
Yep, Felix strikes the next guy out, so he ends up getting a one-hitter shutout when it should have been a perfect game. Now, baseball reviewed that.
Not the players.
They
but I
actually
remember this
admitted, and so
happening.
did Jim
Yes,
Joyce.
I remember
admitted
them coming out and
I was
admitting.
wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But A, King Felix still doesn't get the perfect game.
Yeah.
And B, they then instituted replay for plays like that.
Right.
So they realized how impactful that was. And that's one play in a game. What about every time a ball is thrown to the plate, making sure that's right? Why is that not as impactful?
It is, and the biggest problem with it is, again, the subjectivity of it. The fact that
It shouldn't be
the
subjective.
objectivity. I'm sorry, the objective. Yeah, they can, right?
Yeah.
They get to determine what's a ball and a strike.
Yeah.
I didn't mean subjectivity. So that's it, man. Balls and strikes are the one thing that I think potentially should be cleared up. But again, if you remove that as a human being calling those, what's the point of having anybody else? We can just have a sensor in there to determine what's a foul and fair ball. We can have, obviously we know it's a home run or not.
But that's the thing. You can review those things. You can review
And then you can
fair
review
and
those
foul
things.
balls.
Right, and then you can review those things.
As long as it's
That's fine.
after the
Again, but
baseball.
again, if we have robots, it's 100% accurate, and we never have to worry about it.
So let's do it.
All right. Look, my point is, sports have always been this way. That's part of the game.
No,
At least
replay has evolved in all
I was going to
sports.
say, at least most sports have evolved to where it's a comfortable medium. Because again, you still can't tell what a catch is in football. There's multiple replays. They can throw flags. They can review it for 10 minutes.
Now, somebody on
Doesn't
social
matter.
media brought that up too on our page. I think Brandon. Okay. So, And my only response would be this to that. They do know it's a catch. They're calling it by the rules. People don't like the rule. They don't like what is a catch in the NFL.
I don't like the rule.
I don't like the rule either. I thought Dez was a catch against the Packers.
Yes.
Same way I thought Calvin Johnson was a catch against the Bears. Mm-hmm. But the rule says it's not a catch. So the NFL does know what a catch is. People just don't like the rule.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay.
That's different than what we're talking about.
It is and it isn't, because you're right. I guess I'm encapsulating all sports in this, because all I'm trying to tell you is there's human error in every sport. There has been in baseball. And if you think they're going to take umpires away from baseball, you're dead wrong. They're not going to do it.
I know I'm dead wrong.
They are never going to do it.
They're stupid for not doing it.
And again, balls and strikes is one of those. Again, it's a weird area. Similar to likeness, with paying athletes, it's a gray area for me. It really is. That's a tough one, man. I would lean on keeping the umpires, though. I would. It's more exciting. When it goes your way, you don't give a shit. And you know that.
I think Ryan took crazy pills before he showed up today. Anyways, all right. Let us know what you think on social media. Umpires should go away. Just agree with me.
You've never gone.
Everything will be fine.
You've never gone, boo. They called a strike. Now we're up to bat. You've never done that, ever.
Yes, all the time.
No, you haven't.
You should see how upset I get on my couch watching games.
Again, I'm saying not when it goes for you. Not when you're like, oh, God, we got another guy out.
No, I've said to myself,
hey, that should have been a ball. I should have walked him, but Arrieta gets another strikeout.
I have said that.
Boo-hoo.
Well, I don't cry about it, but I said, hey, that was a strike from last inning. Or that was a ball last inning.
You'll take it.
Nah. I'd rather it be perfect.
Next segment. Let's do it.
All right, next up, folks, our top 5 this week, which was a fan suggestion. Ryan's worried about it. He thinks he's going to get some flack for it. I don't think you can get these wrong. I don't think you can get these wrong.
Okay, I see what you're saying, but you almost certainly will get it wrong compared to somebody else. So I know what you mean, though. They're all so good. That's the problem.
They are good.
Yep.
We'll be right back with top 5.